In this segment, what I'd like to do is show you how we can build contracts in Marlowe from scratch. And there are things that to help us in the editor to do that. So let's build a new contract, click on Marlowe, and we get put into the editor pane here, which is actually inside the simulator. Now, what we get presented with at the top level is a hole. It's something waiting for a contract to be inserted. Okay, it's telling us what we have to do is put a contract there. So far, so good. But the mouse over information also tells us what sort of things a contract could be. It could be a pay, a list, an if, a when, and so on. And in fact, we can, by clicking on Quick Fix or clicking on the light bulb there, see all the different kinds of ways we might elaborate the contract. So let's put at the top level a when. And what that is doing is it's giving us a, it's saying there'll be a collection of cases. There'll be a timeout. Let's make the timeout 100 instead of 0, and will be the contract that we will do on timeout. And again, if we click on Click Fix, let's just do a close there. So what we're saying is when one of these actions takes place, so it's a list of cases, let's see what that will be like. And in fact, what we'll have here is a case which will have an action and a contract. So we found, and it's found that we've got a whole of type action. And this tells us again what we can put in. Here it says we could have a choice, a deposit. Let's go for a deposit. And again, we get the information about what we do here. So let's, and if we look on here, we can, it'll tell us what sort of things will happen. If I click on here, it says we are in a whole of type party. So we should, let's see what that does. And what we can do will either be a public key or a role. Let's say that it's a role Alice. And again here, let's see, it's a role, let's say Alice again. So what this means is that Alice is expected to pay into her own account in the system. And then what we have in here is a token. And in fact, this completes to be the token description for Ada. Quite sensibly, and what we need in here is a value. And again, if we click on here, we see that there are different ways, all the different ways of representing a value. Let's just say constant 1000 here. So Alice is asked to deposit, and then we have a continuation contract. And let's see what we can do in there. Again, the quick fix says, well, let's make a payment. There's some money in there. Let's make a pay. Let's take the pay to be, we scroll this a bit, we should get the, what the pay will be. The pay will be a party, and what will that party complete to? Well, that will complete to, let's say it's a role. What we're going to do is pay this money to Bob. So Alice is going to deposit some money. It's going to come from her account. So it will come from the Alice's account. In the contract, it will pay Bob, and the token is going to be, we can, at any time we can just complete this ourselves. We can just say token. We don't have to use the whole-based development, but we can. And again, a value we can auto-complete. That's going to give us, let's say a constant, let's say the payment of 100, and then a contract to complete the whole thing. And the quick fix for that will be, again, click on that, to close. So now I think what we have here is a complete contract, and we can format this so that it looks rather prettier than it did before. And I was doing that by right-clicking. We get that menu there. So we can develop in Marlowe, and you don't have to remember the constructs. You can use the quick fixes to take you there. But of course, if you do know the constructs and so on, you can just use those directly.